So first off, how did you get into ramen?
I've always liked noodles, made lots of noodles, and then my love for Asian food was always probably my favorite food to cook. At a ramen shop in Portland, I had like an epiphany moment, you know?
Yeah.
I was kind of sitting there eating and I was just like, this is what I want to do, this is it, you know? I was at a point in my life where timing-wise, like Momofuku was exploding and Ivan Orkin was exploding, so it was kind of like, whoa, there's this whole scene happening, and I wanted to, I guess, jump in on it. And I knew I was moving back to Kansas City and there wasn't a ramen shop at the time, so I went for it.
Tell me about the concept of the restaurant, like where you've chosen to put it and the experience that you want people to have when they come in.
I mean, location was kind of luck. I think it's a great area and I kind of fell into it, but it was, man, 2 years I was looking for a spot. This one just came up. As soon as I saw it was open, called landlord, jumped on it, and he brought us in. And came with this funky design that,
I love it.
You know, it just worked.
Now, a lot of places will buy their noodles, but you make your noodles here. So I know that you love noodles, but why do you bother to make them yourself? Because that can't be easy.
Going into it, I knew that that was the main reason I wanted to do ramen, was I wanted to make my noodles, and I was gonna do everything in-house and make everything from scratch. It wasn't really another route for me to take, in my opinion.
Ramen noodles aren't like Italian pasta noodles. They have a different texture, and is it that they're alkaline?
Yeah, it's an alkaline noodle. It's what gives it the kind of a little bit of a yellow color, but the chewiness and the sturdiness to hold up in the hot broth while you eat the soup. Some stories go from the noodles come from China, and the water from the lake that they got, you know, their water from had a real high alkalinity level, and I'm not sure if that's exactly true, but that's kind of one of those old wives' tales. It's kind of cool, I like to believe. But yeah, they're definitely their own type of noodle versus egg noodles and all the other noodles out there. They're the alkaline noodle.
And they come in different shapes, like some are more straight, some are wavy. Do you stick with a certain shape for your ramen? Do you make different kinds?
Our main noodle that we use in the majority of our bowl is the straight noodle, but our Sapporo bowl that we have right now has the wavy noodle, and then the tonkotsu broth that we do has a really small, super fine noodle. So there's tons of different kinds of noodles in ramen. Most people think of the wavy ones that come in a package.
Yeah, that's because they bought it for 10 cents when they were in college.
Yeah.
The reason why we're here is that these soft cooked eggs are this amazing part of a bowl of ramen. The texture of the egg and the way that the yolk kind of enriches the broth. Kind of talk to me about using the eggs and what they do, like in terms of changing the flavor of the soup.
Yeah, egg's a big part of ramen. And there's two types. You know, you see the soft-boiled egg with the set white and the loose yolk in the middle. And then we do the slow-cooked egg. Kind of looks rawish. It's more of one that you stir into the broth, and it makes it kind of a velvety, richer texture. You know, it thickens it and just changes the whole bowl.
Can we get in the kitchen?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Do you get your eggs from anyone in particular?
Buttonwood Farms.
I love them.
Yeah, and they're the nicest people ever. They're so great with us.
So, good eggs coming from Buttonwood. And how many eggs do you go through in a week, say?
We try to keep about 120 eggs a day cooked.
A day?
But we'll go through 60 to 90 eggs a day.
This is essentially an immersion circulator.
Put water in it, bring it up to, we use 63 Celsius, but it's the same as 145.
It just feels more sophisticated to use Celsius.
It's a 63 degree egg.
That's right, that's right. So all you do is put these in and then walk away for 45 minutes.
Yeah, we set a timer and go about our other projects and then pull them out, put them in an ice bath, and they're ready for service that night.
So what type of ramen are you going to show us today?
I guess Shio is our kind of flagship bowl. That's what we're named after. It's my favorite bowl. It's real clean and bright, simple.
So while we have a moment, let's talk about that broth. The difference between a Shio broth is the salt.
It's a chicken and dashi broth, double broth. Yeah, and then we just season it with sea salt, ginger, garlic, scallion.
Nice. All right, well, let's get in the kitchen and see.
Okay.
I'm going to step out of the way, and Patrick is going to work his magic in the kitchen.
All right, for our shio, we start with our shio tare, we call it, which is sake, sea salt, ginger, garlic, and scallion. And then the next in the bowl is the fat, which is a chicken and pork fat that we cook with green onions. It's an important element to the bowl as it floats on top of the broth, keeps the heat there, and also helps everything stick to the noodles as you eat it. We'll drop the noodles, which we cook for 1 minute, and then while those are cooking, we'll add the broth. Once the noodles are done, we'll add those to the bowl, and then we'll come over here and put the toppings on. The shio comes with chicken breast. It's just kind of roasted in the oven after we marinate it with soy sauce. And then the pork chassu. And then this is just the braised daikon. The scallions go in the middle. And then the finisher on this one is black garlic oil, which is literally, we burn garlic with oil and blend it up. It just adds this whole depth of flavor. And that's it, that's our shio.